Hi all. I'm just setting up here for a little while. Hopefully the phone won't uh, scream at me too soon to say that it's going to overheat, but I'm expecting it to. I've turned off the AC so the fan doesn't blow too much in the background. Though what you can hear in the background, if you hear anything, it's my computer fan not liking the heat either. Though my laptop seems to kick the fan in early on, anyways, and so we're just going to see who's going. Excuse me. I've got my SAG icon over here on the side supporting all the voice actors that are striking the video game industry right now. And I'm not a member of SAG, but I support them. I'm a member or former member of this associate member of the Writers Guild from when I wrote some animation scripts, and I'll tell you about that at some other stream if anybody's interested. But that's something to talk about. But because of my experience, and I have picketed with the Writers Guild a few times, and standing out there in the heat's no fun either. And that's the strange thing, is the strikes that happened a year ago. Was it a full year ago? Anyways, it was out in the middle of the heat, and now this one is in the heat as well. I don't know where picketing is happening for this strike, but it'd be interesting to see more public news on it. That would be very nice. Of course, everybody's covering politics or covering the Olympics, so they're not covering a lot of local important stuff. Though apparently the performers at Disneyland and such have ratified their contract, so there isn't going to be a strike there. Probably could be better, but we're happy to have that. Happy to know that they have a new contract, and that's a good thing to hear about. So far, the phone is going well. We're about 3 minutes in here, and that's going well. I'm pleased to hear that. If you ever come on, just let me know what you're doing. I'm just going to see how this lasts for as long as I can. 15 minutes usually seems to be the best it can do. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can do better. I think what else that's worth talking about. I'm all by myself. What's the point of just talking to myself? That's sort of like, probably do that too much on my own. But at least if somebody was there, they'd at least be listening in, and then maybe give me some suggestions of what to do next. I'm pleased with things going. I don't know how many of you people follow me on Twitter, though I'm assuming if you've seen my tweet to say that I'm here streaming, you probably are on it. I need to find a better way for a cough button. The thing on my phone works, but it's very subtle, and if you hit it wrong, it messes other things up. And this volume control on here doesn't work the greatest either. So anyways, I am at 2,981 followers. So that's like 19 followers away from 3,000. And so if that ever happens, I'll be thrilled to make that announcement. So we're doing okay, and if you're there, drop me a message in chat just so that I can respond, and just to know that people actually turn out, because I do hope to get, you know, more people in my chat, because I have to come up with, is it really worth doing this? And I'd like to think it is, because whether or not I put some effort into increasing my my streaming system, and right now I can't afford a new computer, but I'll plan towards it if I think it's actually beneficial, if it's going to do anything. I'm just checking stuff online here to see if it, okay, I am on there, that's good. And do I have any followers? Is there anybody online? Can't quite tell. Streaming manager. No, apparently that is just me. I'm dreading the next couple days when Honkai Star Rail updates, because the last update really caused major problems on my phone, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. It's actually given me problem twice during the updates, so I'm praying that this next update doesn't cause problems. And because I had to delete a lot of stuff off my phone. Also need to figure out how to stream directly to Twitter sometime. I can stream to Facebook and I can stream to YouTube, but I haven't yet figured out how to stream to Twitter or Instagram, which I don't think I need to stream to Instagram if I'm streaming to Facebook, which I'm not. Right now I'm just streaming to Twitch. Well, it's coming up on 10 minutes, and I haven't gotten the heat warning, which is good. Though it is warming up. My phone is not warming up. I don't have the charger plugged in, because that causes some of the issues, and it sometimes says that I need to remove the case off the phone. Well, I'm not removing the case, because first off, it's difficult to get this case off, and I don't want to break it trying to take it on and off. But also, this case has saved this phone multiple times, and I don't want to lose it. I'm looking at my wife's phone with a bunch of cracks on it, and I don't have anything like that on mine. And so I don't want to make more problems than I need. And you know, if I had a real regular audience on here, you know I would have different topics to talk about. But when I'm all by myself, like, I don't know what to talk about when I'm just talking to myself, because I could go on and who cares about stuff, I started off my, creative, passions with comic books, and how I got into comics at the very beginning is a story unto itself, and I've actually done a Toastmaster speech about it, and I'll stream about it too someday if I have an audience. And see, I'm gonna test my chat box by typing in here and see if it comes up on my screen. Yep, there it is. Pops up on the screen. That's good. And anyways, and from comics, I did start working as an artist, a background illustrator for comic books. And while I was doing comics, I realized what I was doing was storytelling, which that seems obvious to some, but so what I needed to do was start learning more about writing and storytelling. And writing led to writing for animation. I've written for a Japanese series called Midnight Horror School. It's not an anime per se, but it's a weird little show. And the problem is it has never aired here in the United States, other than you can find people have illegally posted to YouTube. And I know there is a fandom of it, and I would love to chat with the MHS fandom sometime. You're thinking of other things to do, and I, I've worked in other parts of production of animation as well. And being in that, I began to think about what do the actors want from the writers. What would be a better script from me for the writer, for the artist, for the actor? I can write it and tell them exactly what I want them to perform. But is there something they need from me that will give them the best performance they can, other than just me giving them text? And I'm a good writer and I can create good characters, but I thought maybe there's something from the actors that I need to learn. And so I decided to take a voice acting class. And, COVID expanded that. I was just going to take one class, but because everything became on remote and on Zoom and other stuff, being able to take more classes freely that way than I would if I had to go someplace all the time, go to someplace to take a class. This became a very good way to learn a lot. And I have taken multiple voice acting classes, and I feel like I'm a pretty good actor when it comes to voice. And not when I'm trying to come up with an idea myself right now to say something, and I've got a professionally produced a demo reel. I realize now I also need a commercial demo reel, which I probably is what I should have gotten first, but I hadn't had a lot of commercial training at that point, but I do now, and I would really like to go to the next step on this, but it really requires me to put more money out, and I do not have the money to put out, and I literally do not. So I need to find a job. I need to find a day job as well as auditions, and I'm seeking auditions that are not easy for me. I've got an agent, or at least an agent working for me. I'm not really a part of their roster per se. So maybe I'm just beginning to realize that after they go through all their roster of people, that's best. Then they go to their outside contractors, that aren't part of the roster. So it may be. So I have not gotten an audition through them in quite a while, and there's nothing wrong with it. The best actors need the chances first. But I hope that something good will come soon, and I'm not giving up. I just need to find more opportunities. I need a job to pay for a lot of stuff like this, to be able to pay for a new demo reel, to pay for new computer equipment if I want to take streaming seriously, but I can't afford it right now. And so I keep at this, and I'm trying my best to do what I can. I hope you understand that if you're there. And we're doing okay here. We've gone past 15 minutes. We're at 17 minutes, and there's no heat warning yet. That's good. I've also thought about getting an audio, sort of some music to play in the background of this. I don't know if I can get a music layer, music track to play on my phone while streaming. And also the likelihood, if that's going, that would be one more thing that's streaming over here, and that probably would be even more problematic to get the phone to keep going. Hold on a sec. My wife just passed through here, so we're just going to see. I'm going to probably stick for another, maybe 2 more minutes, or maybe a little more if I can come up with thoughts. But I appreciate that you're there, if you're here at all, and maybe something good will come from all this. But anyway, those are the things I'm really having to focus on right now. Is first and foremost, that day job that's going to pay enough to take care of regular needs, that will then also take care of a demo for commercials, and then go from there, and the computer stuff that I need, and a bunch of other important things. But for the time being, I do what I can. I enjoy watching all the streamers, some of the real good ones, and I'd like to join that. But what comes next, how am I going to make that happen? I don't know, and that's frustrating. I thought about, a Patreon thing, or fund, online funding type things to get me towards where the stuff that I need. I just feel guilty asking people for money. I may have to do that at some point, you know, and set something like that up to be very focused on equipment or other things. But I just don't know. It just bothers me to do that. And yet, if people, you know, like me enough that they're willing to give me some support, I bless them. But in general, it's the hardest thing, is asking people in general for help. And that's a terrible thing, I know. Yeah, I'm on Discord, and thank you very much for showing up, because I thought maybe the one that appeared here was just, you know, echoing myself. So I'm glad to know somebody else is here. Thank you. But I keep going, and I don't know what more to think about on all this. You know, I do my best in trying not to give up, but I've got to focus on the job search before anything else, I guess. And I got to get to that, switch over to that now, and hit every job board I can find. And thanks for being there, and feel free to follow my Twitter if you do. Great, and I thank you, and I thank you for being here. I'm going to go to 25 minutes, and I think unless something more happens that I can feel like worth talking about. Are you recommending Discord for a very specific thing? Or, because I am on Discord, and I am in a couple of the chat things, VTuber and streaming things online, and it's a great place for a lot of people. I'm just not finding my place in them yet, and that's part of my introvert situation that I am. Introvert me, and even, you know, hard enough to talk to people in person. It's equally as hard on streaming. I'm not streaming, but on, you know, in chats, in Discord and the like. But I have to improve upon that. I know that. And I do thank you for the follow, by the way. Thank you very much. And I do appreciate that there's people out there, and you know, I'll have to check out your stream sometime too. So thank you very much. I'm just going to hang here just for a few seconds more, because according to, I just hit 25 minutes on my computer. The Twitch system desktop or dashboard is saying that, and I've still got about 15 seconds on my phone, which, thank goodness, as I've been worried about, coming up on 25 minutes here, and it never screamed at me for overheating, which my phone does tend to do using this app, which is Prism Live Studio on my phone. but which, by the way, doesn't. There is a Mac version of it to be on my desktop, but it refuses to load on my computer, and I don't know why. So one more thing I have to figure out. But thanks for being here. Take care, and have a great day. Thank you very much. See you around.